That used to be a pub. That used to be a pub. This used to be a pub, and now I think it's flats. Hi, from The Guardian.
Oh, no!
We got here in the end.
You're banned. Come on in!
Thank you, thank you. I'm on the Mumbles Mile in Swansea, once the site of one of the country's most famous pub crawls, with over 20 stops available for the hardened drinker.
There is no Mumbles Mile anymore. They've all shut down.
Are you drinking tonight?
I'm not personally.
I think recently there has been like a big rise in people caring about how they look and stuff, wanting to do gym.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
And we're looking at averaging about £5 a pint.
Yeah.
Tough, it's tough.
Pubs are more than just a place to get drunk.
A lot of the people, the local people, if they didn't come to the pub, they'd never see anybody. It's that important to them.
Up and down the country, the decline in pub numbers continues to gather momentum as the challenges to stay afloat grow. Is this a hen do? Yeah. Oh God, don't forget that.
What do you think like pub culture is now?
Well, I don't know.
Because I'm old, so
So am I.
So are we witnessing the slow death of the great British boozer? And what else do we lose when our pubs close? In our day, we could get very drunk and there'd be no one there to take a photo of it.
Public houses are facing a crisis. What happens when the public no longer heads to the pub?
Since the pandemic, in itself a catastrophic event for pubs, operational costs and taxes have continued to rise across the industry, while drinking habits and disposable income are in retreat. You could tell this story from pretty much any pub in the country, so we might as well start at the Guardian's local.
I have been wearing this wig for about at least 10 years.
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
Every time he comes in here.
Okay.
Thank you. Cheers.
How many of those do you think you've pulled in your time?
Oh my God, thousands.
So I want to kind of get a sense from you, what are the real challenges faced by pubs?
Trying to keep people interested, because like the youth, they're not drinkers anymore like we used to be, do you know what I mean? And they just want to come in, take your seats and just sit there all night with like a soda or a lime and hardly spend any money. The prices are going up every year. You used to get your regulars that would be in all afternoon or all evening, and it's just not, they'll have a couple of pints now and then they'll go, because they just can't do it anymore. It's a shame, because a lot of these sort of pubs, proper pubs, like, you know, are just, they're a dying breed.
And on the other side of London is a very different pub with a very similar story.
People need to socialise, we need to interact with other people, you know, other nationalities, other colours. It's good for us.
No one's turning around and saying, let's give you a little bit of a hand here, because pubs are struggling.
Everyone seems to be struggling at the moment. Do I think that somebody should give us a helping hand because we're a pub? No, I don't think like that. But do I think that we should get a fair treatment when it comes to taxes and budget time? Absolutely.
Are we witnessing the slow strangulation of this industry?
I should imagine so, but not only that, are we witnessing the strangulation of enjoyment? I think that's what it all comes down to. It's where people go to release themselves, to have fun, to mix with other people if you're lonely as well. We provide a service.
It's like home, because I've been coming here so long. I could walk all around here with my eyes closed.
And the fact that you can meet your mate and you know, it's a real social thing.
Yeah. You know? Otherwise, because I live alone, he lives alone. So if anything, like, we meet up here, we have a chat. During the day, you're thinking like in the evening, I can't wait to get in the pint, kind of thing. And you come down and you know who you're going to see. Yes, useful place. Very useful.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Oh, cheers.
It's all right.
Oh, you old fart.
Despite seemingly uniform struggles across the industry, pubs have come to be seen as a multicultural success story, particularly in the way they have been embraced and reimagined by the thriving Desi community in areas like the West Midlands.
We're family here.
Yeah,
You're
okay.
family. You sit with us tonight, you'll feel like you've known us 20 years.
Great.
You know, you might end up in my house sleeping.
I'm a very customer here. I'm one of the best customers.
Do you think that you're missing something if you don't come to a place like this to socialise?
Of course you are. You're missing community spirit, aren't you?
You see all kind of walks of life coming in. Everyone just has the same reason to come in, just want a good time with your friends or family. Family is really big in Desi culture as well.
What's your clientele here?
It's a mixture. You won't believe this. How many English guys listen to Bangla music? Music is music end of the night. It doesn't matter what country you live. That's it. It's just a feeling. We got so many Desi pubs around here. Within 2 miles, you got about 15 Desi pubs here. This pub here, because you get a lot of males, is because I got dances, right? Bollywood dances.
This doesn't sound very gaudy.
that's where most of the adults come here.
Okay, right.
Watch the girl dances.
A quick look online will reveal a load of pubs up and down the country that are being closed down, but also a bunch of crowdfunders for pubs that are hoping to reopen. And I'm visiting one such pub that's just been successful in Langton Herring, a village in Dorset.
We've been feeling salty about our village pub closing down.
Where else would we be able to get lit on a Friday night?
Be an Elm Tree stand and help these boomers save their pub. Slay!
Langton Herring is a village of just 100 people, but after going viral on social media, the campaign to reopen the pub raised £600,000.
There's a nice bar which was put in. This is Reclaimed Elm, ironically. So.
You've had a lot of success through social media, specifically TikTok, which is slightly ironic because I keep hearing that young people don't have any money and don't go to pubs and don't drink. How much of the success that you've had do you think you can put down to TikTok itself?
Oh, I can tell you exactly. £140,000 worth of success.
Wow. Which is
it's proper money.
Yeah.
60% had come from America, but also you've got sort of Hawaii, Ecuador, Tasmania, Singapore, India, mostly Europe. It's just unbelievable.
What did the closure of this pub do to Langton Herring?
It was a bit of a social hub, so I think people really missed that. I think it provides much more resilience in the community, having this facility here.
How confident can you be that you can keep this going? What will it take? Will you need to adapt?
Some of the previous owners put a model in place that didn't work for the locality. We're confident now that we're going to have tenants in here who understand the community, but also making sure that the passing tourists and walkers and bird watchers and campers have got something to come back here for.
Look, we've got...
Sorry, invited some other people.
The celebrities are here.
Indeed.
How exciting is it for you guys when the doors are open and your first pint or glass of wine or whatever it might be is served? I mean, how's that going to feel? You're all smiling.
Absolutely fantastic.
Stupid question.
It's going to be fantastic.
Is there something that other people who are kind of keen to save their local pub could learn, or do you think there's some stuff that's quite specific to here?
I think that any village, any community could do what we have achieved. It doesn't need to be a particularly special place. What you need are individuals who are committed and determined and driven. I think any community is capable of doing it.
One community that has already done it can be found at the Bevy in Brighton.
You take away those spaces in areas where there's less money, well, where do people meet? How do you meet your neighbours?
It's been a lifesaver to me, absolutely. Otherwise I'd be just sitting indoors, spending all your pension on your reading.
This is the final calling point on My Pub Crawl, the only community-run pub on an estate in the country. And we're back just to see if the pub is surviving or thriving even in this really difficult environment, but also what it means to be more than just a pub. Warren, the Guardian were last here about 2.5 years ago. Has it been a good 2.5 years?
No. There was a point when we thought we were going to close, massively turn it around. And actually, I think it's in the best place it's been for a long, long time now.
Okay.
There's more stuff going on. There's a really good team, I think, involved now. But it's been a right old slog. I'm fucking broken by it all now, actually, if I'm honest.
Yeah, no, please.
But I I always say, you take a step back and go, what if we weren't here? Like, what if we weren't here for the people coming to the disco tonight? What if we weren't here for all those seniors that come every week? And I know there's a couple of them that don't leave the house only for here.
On the day I visit, the Bevy is hosting subsidised bingo for pensioners. Later on, the pub will transform into a disco, run by and for disabled people.
Can I help put these away? Wasted at the Guardian. This place fulfills a vital community role that doesn't exist anymore.
Exactly. Willow, don't do it again, please. Willow. And it's all right, sweetheart. And that's something else. Everybody can bring their kids in here.
Yeah.
Because there's nowhere like our Bevy. There really isn't anywhere like our Bevy.
One of the things we do every Thursday is called Family Thursday, and there's free activities for children, and then every single person in the pub gets fed for free. But it means families who haven't got any money can still come out as a family and enjoy the pub. So you meet new people, and also you go, I don't have to cook for my kids tonight, I've saved a bit of money. It was absolutely rammed in here yesterday for children.
All pubs are really struggling to make ends meet, and yet there are certain pubs which actually would be missed far beyond the alcohol that they serve.
Well, I think pubs are in people's DNA, but we don't support them. And I think the more community activities you do, you should have a rate reduction. You know, how much are we saving the NHS by having a seniors club or a dementia cafe or a disability disco? How much, you know, are people not taking pills because they feel connected to their community? You know, when I hear, well, we've opened a community centre, I was like, why don't you have a bar in it? Because people lock their knees up, don't they? We are still the only community-owned pub on a housing estate in the UK. And that is a massive failure of lots of organisations that had money to do community pubs. And what did someone say? I really like, it was a quote, an ordinary estate doing extraordinary things. And I really like that quote.
If pubs are to survive into the future, they will have to keep adapting and evolving with the times. But I remain convinced they are worth saving and offer a crucial social role that doesn't exist elsewhere.